Hopefully we'll be all right. Okay, so we'll get started then. So last week I was working on a tree sort of woodland scene, an autumnal scene, which I thought went really well with what we've been doing. So we've been looking at nature and all that sort of thing. I'll just do that. Okay. So I talked a little bit about I did a picture based on this idea of using negative space in the background of the trees to make things recede a little bit more. And then I also showed you this picture and the version that I did of it, which is based on leaves and things like that using watercolor. So I'll just show you the picture. I worked on it a bit last night, the one that I was doing. I've just photographed it so that I can zoom in a bit closer. So in the end, what I did is I kept going on the piece, layering the mark making as well as all the different colours on top of each other, constantly stippling with the watercolour. And once I'd done the background that you saw last week, so I did wet on wet, didn't I, in the background at the top, and we also used the idea down here of using the tissue paper and letting it dry to get sort of a textured effect. As you can see, I've now worked completely over all of these backgrounds, but what that does provide is a nice base for me to build all the textures on top of. And then I put in, because a lot of the branches within that photograph were very dark and black, so what I've used is to map those out, I've used a biro, but following that I've used indigo and what was it, Payne's grey mixed together to actually paint in with a very pointy small brush to paint in a lot of these other branches that you can see. So in this tree up in the top corner, top right hand corner, you can see where I've been painting in the details on the bark and on the branches themselves to bring forward some of that nice texture on the trees themselves. Now before that, what I also did, and you might have seen me do that last week, is I've added a little bit of blue down the right hand side of the trees as well, just to start giving an impression of the shape of our tree trunks and things. And then I just went completely mad because I enjoyed it so much. I was working in with all of the with the mark making using a biro pen back over the top, and of course I think you might remember me using colour pencils over the top, particularly on this white area towards the back. I used a white colouring pencil in there, a nice soft one, to add those highlights in the trees. Now the other thing that I noticed on the photograph last lesson, which was last night, is that as the trees go, or as the background recedes further, there was a little bit of a kind of a brown sort of a brown shade over the background areas. So what I did is I did a wash of colour in a brown towards the back, and that just helped the background to recede a little bit more and bring the trees forward again. Somebody else also asked me, did I outline the trees? Well, yes, I did, but not with a definite clear outline. I used the biro very loosely with jagged lines to show just a little bit more detail and get an impression of the texture on the trees as well. So you can see that in the tree just from the center to the left, and on some of the other ones you can see where I've used very loose scratchy marks, and I've also used a little bit of a blue pencil to put in some curved lines to show the shape of the trees as well. So I was quite pleased with the end result on that, although I worked into it a lot, so I kind of got into it, if you like, and enjoyed myself quite a bit there. So quite a few different ideas and techniques with that piece, which was a lot of fun. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is I found this fantastic picture of a tree just over here, and I thought rather than focusing on loads and loads of trees all at once, I'd focus on just a single one. So I found this really nice detailed tree with a nice bit of foliage on the bottom and some highlights in there and some nice deep contrasting shadows on the branches too. So I'm going to be working on, I've started to draw that one out, and I'm using a grid to do this one because I really want to get into the details and the shape of the branches and things as closely and as accurately perhaps as I can. And I'll be working into that and drawing into it perhaps with a pen and things before then. So we're doing it the other way around. Rather than me doing the pen at the end, I'm starting at the beginning and then working back in with some of the watercolor techniques that we've been learning over the last 6 or 7 weeks. So here's an example of a picture that inspired me to do this. So again, you can see how the picture that I've just chosen to work from and this one are quite closely related, because you've got these lovely tones and shadows and highlights that I just mentioned, as well as some texture and things. So I'm using that as a little bit of inspiration. And a bit later on, I've got another painting that I found earlier this week, which is really quite dramatic and atmospheric. So I'm going to be looking at some of these colours a little bit later on. Obviously this isn't a watercolour painting, I think this is more of an oil painting, but I just like the atmosphere in there, so I'm going to try and apply a little bit of that into my idea of doing the photograph of the tree that I've just shown you over there. So over here on the old desk, I've got my painting here, which you've just had a close look at, so I'll put that aside. And over here I've got the pictures that I've just been shown. Well, I've got a different one actually just there. But what I've done is I've gridded this photograph up into 2-inch squares, so you can just about see those on there. So I'll just focus that a little bit better if I can. So yeah, I've divided this into 2-inch squares, and then I've drawn the same grid out on the page. Because I've got an A4 photograph, I think this is about the right size to work on for this. Later on I'm going to masking tape it onto a board so that when I do paint it, it won't ripple. The grid as well, I'm going to remove that, because if I'm using watercolours I don't want the grid to show up later on. So to get me started on drawing out the grid, what I did is I did a dot on each corner of my paper, and then I used my ruler to measure and divide this, and then because I've got the exact proportions of my photo, I've divided that again exactly the same. And then to help me get the accuracy, I've been drawing using the grid to help me get the right shapes of the tree. So if I put that over there and then lift it up, you can see that I've managed to get the shapes so far reasonably accurate. The nice thing about drawing a tree, of course, is that it's not like a square or a perfect shape. It's an asymmetrical object. It grows at its own will in its own direction and things. So if some of the shapes aren't quite right, it's not going to matter too much. But certainly with something like this, where you've got an element of perspective, you've got the larger area at the bottom, and then it gets smaller as it goes up, and then with the shadows and things, you've got it kind of brings out that perspective at the same time. So I'm going to be working with that one today. I've put some of these pictures onto the website, so if you fancy doing one of these trees today, or indeed if you can find one of your own, then print one off if you can, and have a go at drawing a nice detailed picture first before we then work back over with the watercolors and things. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Obviously, I expect that a lot of you might still be working on the work from last week, so please carry on with that. But if you need any help or advice or anything like that, just give us a shout, and then I'll put you on screen if I can. If that's all right, and we'll have a look and see if there's anything we can do to help you. All right.
So we're doing this in
Can I
what?
mind, Jamie, what I'm working on?
Yes, sure. Hang on. Sorry, Phil. I'll come back to you in a second.
Just to see what you can. Where's my camera? There it is.
Oh.
So, oh god.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can see a bit of it. Gosh, yes, that's come on really nicely, hasn't it?
Any advice?
I think you're doing very well, to be honest. Yeah, I think you've got certainly you've got the background recedes back really nicely, doesn't it, as well? And I remember talking to you about putting some yellows and things in, and you've done that. So that has actually added, between the colours of the background and the bark on the trees, you've added quite a nice bit of kind of contrast between the colours to sort of highlight the different planes in the picture. So I think you're doing really well. I don't see that you need too much advice. I suppose you.
There is few little bit just on the top leaves needs still doing. You know?
What, in the background?
The at the top, not in the.
Oh, in the okay.
The leaves at the front.
Yeah.
I still need to put. So the background I can leave it as it is now.
Yeah, I think you've cracked it pretty much. I mean, if you the only thing you could do is, if you wanted to change the atmosphere in the picture, you might kind of add some hints of blue, very pale blue, towards the background, so that then you end up pushing things back even further. But I actually quite like it like that at the moment. I think that's really nice.
Lovely.
Yeah, good work. Make sure you post it.
We'll do when I finish it off.
Yeah, very good. Yes, thanks for showing us.
Thank you.
All right. Did you want to ask me something, Phil? Oh, I can't hear you at the moment.
This tree that we're doing today, that's pan wash, is it?
Sorry, it's what? Sorry?
So do outline in pen and then wash it in with watercolor.
Exactly, yeah. So we're kind of going the other way a little bit, really. Rather than putting the details in at the end, we're starting at the beginning. And then what I was also, because of that photo that I showed you at the beginning of the coloured drawing, a painting of the tree, I'm thinking as well of adding some texture in as well, perhaps into the bark or into the background, then reintroducing some of the details on top. But that'll be something that I do as I go through the work, I think. But certainly starting off with detail first and seeing where we can go from there. We've got a whole bank of ideas and techniques now, haven't we, that we can use on a picture like this. And certainly looking at other artists' work at the same time will give us other little ideas that we can push in there too.
Yeah, great.
All right. Okay. Lovely. Is everybody else all right? You all right there, Susan? You look like you're really involved.
Jamie, you did mention something the other day and I forgot it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Stippling.
Yeah.
Seems to be a similar sort of texture. But you did mention something about the stippling and I can't remember what you said.
Oh, right. Yeah. So one of the things, I don't know if it was what I said before, but is about going in slightly different directions with the stippling. Yeah. Because it's very easy to get into a kind of rhythm where your brush is doing the same thing. So there's another rhythm though, if you like, which is where you sort of go in different directions. Although saying that, it can look quite dramatic with some leaves going in one direction, some going in the other diagonally, and it creates a little bit more energy within the picture as well. And certainly towards the end of my painting, when I was doing that, this one, I was I'll just move it up. Some of the you can't see it so clearly now, but in some of the stippling towards the end, because I did more to cover up some of the tree trunks as I went in one direction on there, but then you can see all the scribbling that I did over the top, which I actually, one thing that made me do that was I looked at Joe's painting that he posted, and he'd outlined a few of the leaves, and I quite liked what he did, so I had a little go on mine, but I did very erratic and quick kind of marks rather than carefully going around individual leaves. So there's all sorts of things you can do with layering things. The other thing I did to bring some of those colours back out again was I got my orange colour pencils and went over some areas to enhance the orangeness of it, if you like, as well. Okay, smash it. So it's supposed to be a bit wider. That's all right, pleasure. I do like the atmosphere in that one. Just there, that's really nice. Oh, got a bit of sunshine now. That's good.
How's your dog with the fireworks, Jamie?
What was it? Saturday night when a lot of the fireworks went off, I think, wasn't it? Or was it Friday? Yeah, Scout was for the first time actually. Scout was scared. She's not usually that bothered, but there were quite a few flashes and stuff. She looked a bit worried, but she wasn't too bad.
I have a nightmare with one of mine. So the fireworks have been going off, I think, since Halloween.
Yeah, it's been going off for ages, hasn't they?
Yeah, I have to put him in a cage. I have to set the cage up for him.
Yeah.
But he's had a thunder vest on.
A thunder
For the past couple
vest?
of weeks, I've been giving him valerian and skullcap tablets.
Yeah.
Valerian drops in his food. I've had a plug-in pheromone thing.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It doesn't make any difference.
Oh my
The
god.
only advantage is this year he's not attacking me and Finn. He's still racing around barking, whereas the last couple of years he's attacked us because he's so frightened.
Oh really? Oh my gosh,
This
that's
year,
serious, isn't
I have
it?
been able to try putting the thunder vest on him, but it didn't make any difference, and I can get him in his cage.
Yeah.
But once he's in the cage,
Yeah.
he just lies down, so because he can't run around, so he calms down in that way. But he barks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's Friday or Saturday. My dad was walking past my house down to the fish and chip shop, and he said, "Oh, I could hear your dog's barking when I walked past."
Oh no.
I said, "Yeah, I've had that for a week."
Oh. Yeah. It was.
Hopefully that's it now until New Year's Eve.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, Scout was looking a bit worried, and then there was this really massive bang, like giant bang, and that was it. She was shaking. Then she just shakes
Some of them
when
have
she.
been really big, haven't they?
Yeah. It's like someone was having a bit of fun and got everything together all in one go. Yeah, everyone else.
They must have more money than sense because they cost a fortune, don't they?
I've never bought any, to be honest.
I haven't, but
No.
I think they're really expensive.
Yeah, it's not something that it doesn't really interest me, to be honest. It's nice to see them from a distance or whatever, but and I've taken my daughter to the fireworks display because she really, is nice. But
once you've seen them, haven't you?
yeah, yeah, I suppose so. They can be really good, but I haven't been for a few years now, so. But Scout just starts to shake when she's scared. So it's
I just wonder how the wildlife cope as well.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, I don't think.
People with horses have problems because they damage themselves if they panic when they're in their stables.
Yeah. They can
get
hurt
some bad
themselves.
injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jude, you've got a
cat.
horse, haven't you? How's your horse with the fireworks? I don't know if she can hear me.
Our cat has no problem at all.
Your cat?
No, just carries on with life.
Oh right, yeah. Well, Scout's mostly all right, but it's just this massive bang that just upset her too, just a bit too far, really.
Jamie, quick question.
Yeah.
Once we've drawn all the details of the tree, we just draw the branches. We just leave the leaves, so we don't do that with paint.
Well, what I'm doing here, the leaves I'm gonna mostly do when I come to painting. So I'm gonna put as much detail into the branches and the tree trunk as I can. And then I'm probably gonna do most of the the background and stuff with the different techniques that we've been doing. But I'm thinking about using this piece as to do a number of different things, different techniques and that. So rather than thinking of a specific end. You know, I'm going to just try loads of different things out, because we've learned quite a few different things, haven't we? So I thought I'd just try a few ideas on this one.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Brilliant.
You're frozen, Jamie.
Oh, thank you. That's lasted a long time. Till it froze. Right, there you go.
Jamie, never known your class to be so quiet.
I know. Everyone's really focused on their art.
Can I show you this, Jamie? I think
Yeah, sure.
call it a day on this one.
Okie doke. Hang on.
Right. Let me get it sorted first. So, that's the original.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, okay. You come out a little bit. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, those highlights on the side of the tree look great. Can I see the photo again? Yeah, There's a lot more contrast on the ground, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that contrast in turn brings the detail of the trees out a little bit more. So having seen the photo now, that would be my suggestion, is to work making the foreground a lot darker. Having said that too, you know, it looks great as well, doesn't it? So you could put in more of the shadows and things
Just
at the
a bit
bottom.
more darker at the back.
Yeah,
At
in the foreground. Yeah. See how dark it is with the contrast and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be something to try out, certainly. Okay. Yeah, great work though.
You.
Oops.
Jamie,
Yeah.
just sort of review progress on mine.
Okay. Hang on. Where are you? Just finding you. Ah, there you are. Oh wow, yeah.
Jamie, we've lost you. We're looking at somebody else.
Yeah, I've put Phil on because I'm looking at his
No, we're
picture.
not seeing Phil. We're seeing the lady with the blue jumper.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I'll try again. There. That's can anyone see that? Can see Phil's work?
It worked. No.
Say something, Phil.
Okay. I'm just looking for a bit of guidance on shading now.
Yeah.
Put in a lot of the sort of dark areas, but the black is black, but
Yeah. So
to get these smooth, rounded shapes.
Yeah.
With the pen, I'm a bit stuck.
So if you look at one side of the tree is darker than the other, isn't it? So so overall you've got to build up that right hand side of your tree gradually now. If you're thinking about the curves and things, take the pen marks in a curved way around the curvy shapes, if you see what I mean, to make it look 3D. But you can go across and you can go up at the same time. So you end up getting this kind of contoured look to the tree. But it will take a little bit of time to build up that shadow if you do it like that. So just take your time and try to look at it from a distance in a sense as well, just so you can see the form and the shape of the tree is appearing. Okay, yeah, but that's a good start. Well done.
Jamie, still not seeing anything. Seems to be a frozen screen at the moment.
Hang on a minute. Oh, that might be just me.
Jamie,
Yeah.
the one tree you're doing, is that picture on your website?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
It is, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. At least I think it is. Have a look and let me know. If it's not there, I can send it to you if you want to have it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello. That's a nice clear voice.
It's Karen here.
Hi, Karen.
Oh, I've just realised I haven't got a microphone on my computer, and my husband's just found one.
Oh, right. Well, it's very good.
I'm very excited. I can join in.
It's a very good microphone. You're loud and clear on this end.
Sorry, maybe.
No, it's all right. No, don't worry.
Can I show you my picture, and can you give me some advice?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is that the same photo that I've worked from, is it?
It's the one from last week.
Yeah. So that's the same. Yeah, it's the one that I've worked on, isn't it, as well? Yeah. Okay. So what I'd say you should do is get some is it dry? Nearly, yeah. Okay, but you should be able to work on it if you got a biro and things.
Yes.
Yeah, so give a bit of contrast now between the background and the rest of it. What you should do is use the black biro and work on one area, and just like I started on the top right left hand corner, and draw in some of those branches. And then when you've done that, you'll be able to see them more clearly and how well it's turning out. And then like I was talking about at the beginning, you can add some like outlines and things, just very light sort of jagged outlines, just to bring out your trees a bit more. And then later, towards the bottom, when you've done all the branches, add some reds and pinks and things and oranges over the tree trunks at the bottom. So build up that area a bit more. If you've got colour pencils, you can also work over the watercolours quite effectively too.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, have a play around with that, see how you get on.
Thanks, Jamie.
Okay, no probs.
Pink.
Yeah,
Jamie,
pinky reds.
You're using Biro. Is there any reason why you can't do it with a black pen? There's an indelible black pen.
Yeah, as long as it's water resistant, you should be all right. Yeah, yeah, that should be okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the rollerball pens that I used in previous lessons, they're pretty good. They're quite waterproof, those ones. So, yeah, you could try. Yeah, as long as it's waterproof, should be all right.
It's Sheila.
Hello, Sheila.
Yeah, our internet has been hacked and I can't do much with it at the moment, or cards, bank cards. Can I send a cheque to your address for the next 4 lessons, please?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. Do you want me to email you address and
Yeah, well, yeah, yes.
that?
Yeah.
Can you?
I'll do that. Right, I can't use cards because I haven't got any at the moment.
Okay.
And I'll just send a cheque. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry to hear you've been hacked.
Well, it's who they call the Yahoo boys. They're Nigerian.
Oh, crikey! Right.
And
Okay.
in America, they have billions. The FBI got them, but they're here.
Right. Okay.
They're very. If you see anything from Yahoo that looks suspicious language, don't open it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll send you an email later.
How much is it? Well, yes, you can email
For the
me.
4.
Thank you.
For the 4 lessons, 24.
Very much.
All right.
I'll do that. Yeah, thank you, love.
Okay.
Put my name down, please.
Yeah, will do. Thank you. Thanks for everyone else who's booked in, by the way, as well. You might get an email saying that your item has been shipped for the extra classes. Obviously, I can't ship the lessons out to you. What I did is I didn't put it down as an event. I put it down as a physical product. So if you get an email saying I'm shipping you some art lessons, then I'm not. I'm just going to teach you.
It arrived this morning, Jamie.
Oh,
Yeah,
good. Yeah. Did you like how I wrapped it up and everything?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I found that because I was booking the next full course and the 4 weeks, it made me actually book the two separately.
Yeah, I was going to do it as a joint thing, but it got a bit complicated, so I just had to do it that way instead. Yeah. Sorry about that.
We'll let you off.
All right, thanks.
Jamie, will you send me the details of the next of January until March as well?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
I'll do that, and I might be a bit better off before Christmas and after.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I hope it all gets sorted for you.
Amy,
Yeah.
I'll miss the next 4 lessons and then I'll book from January.
Okay. Yeah, lovely. All right then. Thank you.
I'm definitely wanting to do it, but I haven't actually got round to doing it yet, Jamie. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. We've got a couple of weeks yet, haven't we? So before we do that, so that's fine. I think this is lesson 8 now, so we've got a couple more lessons left. Thank you.
Thanking you.
Jude, have you heard from Pete at all?
No, I've not heard anything. Susan might have done, but I haven't heard from him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I saw him on a walk the other day.
Oh, good.
Oh, you saw him on the walk?
I saw her on a walk, and she's still doing her bits, she says, but she has problems with her computer or something, so she can't join us. So.
Oh right, who was that? Sorry.
Jude.
Oh,
No, I'm here, Mary.
Jude's up there.
Oh, sorry. What did you just ask about, Jamie?
Peter. He used to.
Peter.
Yeah, he used to be at Denford. Yeah. I just wondered about him, because I was thinking, I was thinking about Audrey as well. I haven't heard much from Audrey, so it'd be nice I might email her or phone her or something to see how she is. I suspect she's isolating still. Sorry, Sue, I can't hear you. You're cutting out all the time.
Bumps in board.
You sounded like a Dalek. I'm sorry. You can send me a message. Oh. No, I didn't know. Sorry. See if I find a chat. Usually there's a chat bar, but I can't see it at the moment. Oh, there it is. If anyone hasn't got a microphone at any point, there is on Zoom, you can actually send a message on the chat as well. There's a chat dialogue box that you can type into. So if you haven't got a microphone, then you can do it that way if you want to.
Amy, you have chosen quite a difficult tree.
What, are you struggling with it, are you, or?
So I think I'm just not got my head round to it.
Oh, okay. Are you drawing with a grid as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I did is I did the biggest shapes I could find on there first. So the main tree trunk around here, this area, and then worked out to the smaller ones afterwards using the grid. If it helps to focus on one area at a time, just fold the grid so that you can only see one part of it at a time, if you see what I mean. So, and then you can match it up. So you can do this and you can check. See, mine's not perfect by any means, but
it's not printed. I'm just working off my phone, you know.
Oh, I see.
That art tool on my phone.
Yeah.
So I did the grid on that, so I'm working from that.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So you've put a grid over the photo on your phone, and then you've drawn a grid. Yeah. So you just got to be careful you get the grid the same proportions and things on your paper. Otherwise, it'll distort the tree when you put it on, even if you've got the same amount of squares and stuff. So
yeah.
Have you got it on the rule of thirds or something?
Sorry?
Have you got it on the rule of thirds? So that's like 9 squares altogether, or on the grid?
I've got 5 on the longer side and 4 on the other side.
Okay. Are you?
That's the only best I could do on here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think, how many have I got on mine? I've got 4 and then 6 on mine altogether.
Okay. Perhaps I'll try and print it if I can print it, and then work from there. I'll have to try it later.
Yeah. It might be more helpful to you because you have a. I mean, I love drawing from the phone, to be honest. I've been doing a lot of that lately. But sometimes having the physical thing there for you to be able to move about and focus a bit more. It
does make a difference, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I decided that I was going to spend a bit of time working in with the detail on this one. So I did decide that it'd be good to have a print of it and things. Also, you know, I suppose the nice thing about the phone is you can do things like this. You can zoom right into it, can't you? And get a really nice close look at it. And it's got all the contrast on it too, whereas my printout, it loses a certain amount of that. You can see that on the desk here. It kind of has this kind of white kind of sheen to it, doesn't it? Whereas this has got a lot. Yes, this has got a lot of depth and things. So it works both ways, really. You could use a mixture of the things, couldn't you?
Yeah, I can go on the website and then choose a picture and print it straight off there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You have to. I mean, I was lucky enough that these photos printed out really well at this size, but sometimes you have to watch out the amount of pixels in the photo. You know, because if you try and stretch it out on when you print it and things, it sometimes it goes all pixelated. So there's a guide on there on one of the lessons. I can't remember which lesson it was now, but if you go on to if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the guide of how to download bigger pictures and things too. Okay. Well, we've come to the we've gone 12 already. So thank you for coming, everyone, and keep working on your pictures, and we'll carry on next week with this one, and I'll start doing something else probably as well at the same time, so that we've got plenty to do over the next few weeks and things.
Okay, lovely.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Have a great week. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Cheerio.